It's about as big as my thumb. How big is it? I will just get a ruler and I will check for you. Okay, so the size of the piece of wood, and the wood is red beech. It's 23 millimeters. What's that in inches? 0.9 of an inch by 0.9. I don't know. The length doesn't really matter. We're just going to be carving a face today. I'm just going to go through the basics. The reason why I chose a really small piece was just so you can sort of get the feel of sort of doing the basics. I guess that's what I'm trying to do here. And with a small piece, it doesn't take as long, and you don't put it in as many details. So it's actually quite a good sort of like thing to do when you're first learning, is carve small pieces of wood, and you can sort of carve anything you want. I picked this up on the beach today, and you can see I just started that carving today, but I thought I wouldn't carve this because it's actually spalted, and I've got a cold at the moment, so I'm trying. Well, I don't really want to get fungus spores everywhere. Yeah, so I won't carve that one today, but you can sort of see even carving just a piece of driftwood off the beach. The only way I sort of like I test how to carve kind of just little bits of wood like this just by carving them, but I tend to just like get my fingernail, and if it's reasonably hard, it's pretty good. Then I cut it on the bandsaw and just check out the kind of like the profile, and if there's heaps of holes in it or it looks rotten, I won't bother carving it. You can sort of see there that looks pretty good. You can sort of see there is a tiny little bit of spalting in there. The wood's sort of like brown in some areas and discolored in other areas. Now, it might not be spalting, it might be just discolored. Not really sure actually, but we'll just give that one a miss today, and we'll carve in this beautiful piece of red beech. So yeah, so that's what we will do. And I tend to sort of like carve, generally I tend to carve wood spirits this size. Thank you for all those love hearts, very nice. A few people watching. I take it you can hear me. If somebody can sort of like leave a comment that they can actually hear me, that would be good. So yeah, so I tend to carve that size. What wood is that made out of? That's macrocarpa. Oh, g'day Aidan, how you going? Now Aidan's got a YouTube channel. You should go, and everyone there should go and check it out. He's sort of just starting, I think, if that's right. If you could just leave a comment, Aidan, if you could, and if you could hear me, that would be good. I saw you put on a few videos this morning. Well, it's morning here in New Zealand. Right, okay. So I'm going to carve mainly with these two burrs today. This is the Kutzall Taper burr, and this is the Dremel diamond burr. So not sure if I've got audio yet. Yeah, 5x5, but all good. Oh yeah, you can take the dog out. Cool. Yeah, I've just taken my dog for a walk. We live next to a beach, so just go down to the beach each day and take the dog down there. It's not a flash beach. It's pretty rugged. So, okay, so let's start carving this. So essentially what I do first is I carve the nose first and just try and get the profile of the nose right. I'm going to try and talk you through this as we're carving. And yeah, so you should still hear me, I'm hoping. Right, okay, so essentially what I do is I will carve the nose, and I'll sort of like choose a point on here, and I will just tend to go in. Whoa, look at that, that's coming loose. I just got to tighten that up. I don't think I actually tightened it up to start with. I think I just put it in there. It's not too loose, but I can see it moving around a bit. Sound is good. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so I've got those noise cancelling mic, so You can hear me while I am carving. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting sort of like a channel down there, which essentially is that channel there on the wood spirit. I like to go quite deep, and it's probably not going to be the final depth of the nose. Okay, so I'm going to make the nose about maybe that long. So what you want to do is you want to sort of like graduate that along there. Let's see if I can get this camera a bit closer. Okay. So yeah, so I'm making the angle of the nose like that. So I just grab my Dremel, take that out. It's kind of like a formula almost, you know. So I've got a cold as well. So uh, even my nasally Kiwi accent is probably even more nasally now. Okay, so you can sort of see there, I have got sort of like the angle going on there. And let's say that's going to be the bottom of the nose about there. This is going to be the forehead here, so let's take that back. This wood red beech is reasonably soft, but it's not like really, so it's not like cedar or something like that. So we've got the forehead in there, and with the forehead, you want to sort of like do 3 planes. You want it kind of flat here, and then sloping back on each side. So let's do that. Yeah. And what we tend to do first. Okay. Oh, g'day, Jack. Hey, dude, move the mic from your mouth an inch, please. You're overdoing the mic. Okay, cool. How does that sound there? It's probably cracking, isn't it? I just moved it a little bit. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. About the same, actually. Okay. How about there? It's actually up on my eyes now. So hopefully that sounds all right. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm not sure how that sounds. Hopefully all right. Okay, so I might just talk a little bit softer. How does that sound? Maybe I'll talk even deeper. Yeah, it's probably the quality of the mic actually. It's because with noise cancelling mics, they tend to sort of like electronic, I don't know, use AI or something to remove the noise. So your voice is actually kind of a little bit more robot sounding, I guess you'd say. Okay, so I'll just carry on. I'll try not to shout. Okay, so here we have like the nose being put in and the right. Hopefully that sounds pretty good. Yeah, so I'm just talking a little bit softer, try and avoid that crackling kind of noise. It's probably doing that. So we've got the profile of the nose, and you just want to kind of put in 2 angles there. Okay, so that's way too wide, but that's all right. It's better to be wide better to be wide than sort of like not too wide. So we've just got the nose in there, and now with the eyes, you can do all different kinds of eyes. You could do them straight across, or what I quite like to do, get rid of that stuff there, is I like to go up a little bit and then down. So give them a little bit of more expression. So we'll just go up a little bit and then down like that. Do the same on the other side. We'll get rid of that stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's the eyes put in, and it looks kind of out of proportion at the moment, but that's alright. So what I tend to do next is I will put the eye mounds in, and with the eye mounds I tend to sort of like start here and then go down like that. I'm not too worried about the shape of the eye at the moment. Yeah, and then what I'll do is I might start narrowing down that nose. Okay, so that it's really wide. Take the nose back a little bit. You kind of want that sort of like top of the nose to be going back a little bit under the forehead. It's kind of like a matter of sort of like just playing around with the proportions to start off with, not doing anything too drastic, I guess you'd say. Right, okay, so I might just swap over to that smaller bear. Hope the mic is working out still. It's always hard to tell when you're actually doing it. I have no idea actually. Okay. So this is the Dremel wheel point burr. This is just a diamond burr. And because we're doing such kind of like a small carving, these tiny little burrs work quite well. Yeah. Oh, g'day, Amy Jo. How are you going? Right. So sometimes I have to stop because people leave stupid comments and I have to delete them. It's a pain. So that's what I was doing there. Somebody just left some crazy comment. Got nothing better to do, but just carrying on with this. Oh, that was a quick walk. Sounds much better when the Dremel isn't running. It's definitely the audio counselor. It didn't occur to me earlier. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's sort of like it's kind of the best I can do with the audio, really. Yes, it's with the knife carvers have a lot of advantage because they don't make all this kind of ringing noise when they're carving. Okay, so we're just looking at this. That nose is way too wide. Really wide down here. I might just put the just going to put the other burr in. Well, I've got two Dremels, so I just switch it over. And we'll just narrow down that nose. It's like Amy's working, Amy Jo's working Sunday. It's Monday here. Yeah, you can swap these burrs pretty quick, but I do have so I choose like two bits that I'm going to use quite a bit of. Now that bit there, that's in just a normal collet, so that can only take a 3.2 millimeter or 1/8 burr, whereas this one is the fast change. So I could just like put a narrower burr in there. So let's say I wanted to change this. Now they say finger tighten on these, but I always use the spanner. So, and then you just put this one in and say this is a 132 inch or something like that, and then you just tighten it up with your fingers, and then get that going. So yeah, it does take a little bit to change them, but yeah. But that's the nature of the beast, I guess, you know. If you want to carve, you got to keep on changing burrs. You can sort of like, I guess, if you the bigger you're carving, the sort of like less you have to change them. So you can get away a lot with just your big Kutzall flame burr when you're doing a bigger carving. But when you're going on smaller carvings or carving the details on the bigger carvings, that's when you start changing all the burrs a lot. I have a Dremel 4000 and 3000, just cleaning them up today. Yeah, I carve with the Dremel 4000. That's what this is. I have just bought a 3000. I haven't used it much yet, but planning on giving it a review or something like that. So, just looking back at the comments. Right, carry on carving. So we sort of like got it quite nice here. You can sort of see still needs a lot of work, but sort of just getting the shape kind of right. And and it sort of like develops by itself. Like what I do here is I sort of like try and leave a little bit for the nostrils there and there, and with this part here I'll start sort of like going down like this, and that kind of forms the bottom of that eye there and the top of the cheek. Let's just do that now actually. Oh, you got to get a flex shaft. They're so much easier. Okay, so zoom in. Sorry about that. So you can sort of like go in when you're starting to shape that part there, is going quite deep where the eye is. You see how that eye is forming? It's quite easy to do a sleeping eye like that. And then you would, if you were going to do a sleeping eye, you'd probably just go over the top. You see you're forming your eyebrow as well, like that. And so to form that cheek, you really need to sort of like drop this back so it's going back. I'll get what I mean by looking at this one. See how it drops back? Doesn't keep on going out. So that kind of forms the shape of the face. So I'll just put in a line at the moment, and you kind of see, then it's a bit easier for that cheek to be formed. So there's a nose there. And I'll try and get the nose right. Maybe it's a bit too long. Oh, I'll keep it long, I think. So that's what I mean by sort of like forming that part underneath the eye. You just keep on going like that. And your sort of cheekbones up here somewhere. And so when you're forming your cheek, that point that goes down there. G'day Mark, how you going? That point that kind of goes, reduce this a little bit. You see how that sort of like goes down there? Well, that point from the nose, you kind of want it to go down and follow the mustache. So it's kind of like a valley. And that's what I was talking about before. We can sort of see it a little bit better here. Is you're kind of carving like this bit here. And then when you're going deeper there, the cheek is starting to form here. All right. And you can sort of like pencil in where that mustache is going to go. So your cheek is kind of go down, and then it's sort of like across a little bit, like that. That's kind of forming quite nice. See how the nose is quite well stuck out, and that's for a few reasons. It's sort of like how we set it up at the start, but also because this cheek is coming back, so we can make the cheek come back a little bit further. I'll put in another burr actually. This is what happens is I always end up carving one side of the face and forget about the other side. It's kind of good for teaching, I guess. Okay. This is just another pointy kind of diamond burr. And with these smaller carvings, you just go really, really lightly. You can go in quite heavy here. Anyway, I hope you're all going well. I had a good weekend. Did stuff around the house and all that kind of stuff. G'day, Tarek. Right. Okay. I'm feeling a lot better. I had a few problems with my old ticker, but now I'm back in the land of the living, and gotten back to the fire brigade, so I'm on call for that. So if ever I'm carving live like this and I just leave, it could be because I've gone to a fire. But it's coming into winter here, so we're not going to get many. Because I only do sort of like wildland fires. So what you can do is you can put in the eyebrow as well. Oh, thanks, Tarek. Yeah. Yeah. The wonders of modern medicine is that I'm on some good medication. So see how I've just put in the eyebrow there? It's just really, I haven't put in the details of the eyebrow, but just sort of like made it so it sort of like stands out. And then you can sort of like add details depending on the, I probably won't do it with this bear, but you go around like that. But yeah, I reckon these small kind of carvings really improve your carving abilities, because you can do them quite fast. If you're doing this on a big carving, it would take a long time. And it's hard to get big pieces of wood as well. Well, I find it hard. I know Geordie on Carving Fusion, he's very lucky because he's gets all that cedar and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so this tool is called a Dremel 4000. It's just a normal rotary tool. And you just put like little different kinds of bits in here and you can sort of carve wood with it. It's pretty common around the world, the Dremels. Okay, so I'm not going to bother carving this side of the face just at that side of the face just at the moment. We'll just carry on getting things done. Yep, the Dremel 4000. It's always harder to carve on one side than the other. Pretty good. Wood spirits are kind of quite cool to do because like half the face is beard and it's kind of easy because the proportions aren't really realistic. So that's how I kind of do the mustache. And then I'll just tidy that up a bit. That's looking pretty good. See, I'll put the side of the face in so you can sort of see it really kind of develop then. Yeah, you sort of want to make that face quite round. It's quite easy when you've got like a point like this. So like say if you were carving a face on this mushroom, it's a little bit kind of harder. You sort of would have to go further back into the actual space. Yeah, I think everyone's kind of owned a Dremel at some stage in their life. They're kind of cool. They're kind of like like a craft tool, I guess you'd say. Like I could buy like a flasher, like one that runs on compressed air or something like that. But I quite like using the Dremel just to show people that they don't have to have the real flash kind of equipment. There you go. Got to show you that. Look at the size difference. It's quite a cool way. It's quite fun carving pencils. The thing you just got to watch out for is actually hitting the lead. Okay, what have we got next? What a good some good burrs, like your diamond burr, not the diamond burrs, the cutter burrs. I use Dremel ones, but you can buy cheaper ones as well on Amazon. Yeah. Yeah, so I tend to, like, if I'm just teaching as well, I just do one side of the face because it's just going to take twice as long, and then and people watching kind of get bored. So I just do one side and just show you little bits and pieces, trying to get their eye right and all of that kind of stuff. Sort of like a Dremel burr, like Dremel cutter burr like this is really good for sort of really cutting in deep, especially when it comes to cutting the beard hairs in. Now you could put hair in as well if you wanted to. You probably just put it down the side. Look how fast this gonna like take this off. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm not sure if anyone saw that other one that I was carving the other week. This took ages. You sort of like see the size difference between these two. Just put the camera up a little bit. Yeah. So that's that one. There you go. That's the size difference there. So you sort of like it's quite a fun carve, but it took ages. You know that the teeth on that was really fun to do, and I thought I'd even put in a tongue. So and I did these beard hairs with this here and also these oversized T-burrs, which are really good for beard hairs. I'll just show you that now on the small one. Yes, it worked out quite well, that one. Yep. So, yeah, I quite like that one, Mark. It does look crazy. Yeah, so it was fun to do. You know, I should really. The thing is with wood spirits is you tend to get sort of like a formula going, and then that formula is quite hard to break. So all your wood spirits start ending up looking the same, and your eyes always pointing in the same direction and all that kind of stuff. So it's quite good to occasionally just sort of like really try and break that habit of doing the same wood spirit. So we've got like a T-shaped burr in here, and these are really good for undercuts and beard hairs. So you'll see it go under here. And you can use the top of it too to sort of like smooth things out. I'm just using the top of it there and the side to sort of try and get a real deep cut in. You can work on the cheeks as well a little bit with it. G'day friendly neighbour. So I'm carving a wood spirit, and so this is like a finished wood spirit here, and that's just carved out of wood and then dyed. But we're just going to do the basics today, just showing people how to do the basics. Yeah, these T-Burrs are very. I've only just started. Well, been using them for probably about a year now, but really great for this kind of stuff. Really great for sort of details and all those kind of things. You can really go to town if you wanted to, sort of like change things around. And with the wood spirits, it's sort of like it's not gonna matter too much if you kind of make the cheek look a little bit weird. Yeah, these ones are great. The only thing that I find is sometimes you like with doing these kind of things, you'll end up doing too many fine hairs, and it'll become really fragile. And so a way around this is to use. Sometimes you can use this on the smaller carvings, so you kind of get that V-shaped uh, sort of like hair instead of like really, really thin hairs. Okay, so these are the T-shaped burrs. I'll just run through them. These are T-shaped burrs, and they come in a pack of, I think, about 13 or something, so all different sizes there. And you can actually buy another pack that has like extra large ones. Not too big, but yeah, sort of like that would be one of the biggest ones. And then there is these ones. These are inverted cone burrs, and in the middle there's sort of like a dip, sort of like a concave in there, and they're quite nice to use as well. And I've just started using these ones here. These are called trumpet burrs. And I've got links for them, affiliate links in the descriptions on all my videos. Not these ones, I don't think, but they from the same company on Amazon. Lukey or something. I think that's how you say it. Right, what was I going to show you? Right, I was going to show you how to use this one to do beard hairs. Like if you were doing a larger one, I did a video just recently on those beard hairs there, which is quite large. So with that one, I went in with this one first, and I just did sort of like general kind of cuts, and then I sort of like fine tuned it with these. And so what I would do is I'd go in and maybe like that angle there, and then I'd come back on the other side and go on that angle, and just sort of like what that does is it sort of like fines up the lines. But you got to just be careful not to get really, really skinny lines, as otherwise it just gets brittle. Right. Okay. So we'll start putting the beard hairs in on this one. Oh, Aiden, which one's your most used beer? Is it the T-shaped ones or the inverted cone? Oh, Timu. Yeah. Yeah, so this one's quite nice to put on sort of like the actual hairs on the smaller carvings. So what I try and do is I'll try and just go, I won't go down the whole one, I'll sort of like do little bits, and I try and make it a little bit shaped in there as well. Sometimes turn it upside down so I can get a better angle. Oh, thank you very much, Idaho Ranch Girl. Yeah, that's not a problem showing all these techniques. I just enjoy um, teaching on YouTube and all of that. A lot of people think I make a lot of money on YouTube. I don't make hardly any. Well, I make enough to pay for um, like the programs I use to edit and all of that kind of stuff, and probably make enough to buy some tools, but not really that much else. So that's sort of like that. That looks pretty good. Like he'll tidy it up as well. What I tend to do is the closer I get to your sort of like nose part there, the more you kind of want to go to the smaller bears and go up. So I'm just going to shape that bit at the top first, and then we will put the beard hairs in. I've lost my other bear. Here it is. Yeah, much appreciated for that $5. Thank you very much. Okay, so go down to the diamond bears to put in some nice little details. And when you're putting in the mouth, it doesn't need to be complicated, you know. I don't like doing a big hole or anything. Sometimes I just like kind of like to insinuate the actual mouth. So what we can do is I'll just take this back a little bit. Like that. Okay, so there's a dent there now. You can sort of see the dent. So now you kind of want to put in the bottom. That's really just the bottom lip. We won't bother putting in the top lip. But just go under the bottom lip just a little bit. And that forms the lip. See how that's formed there? And that's done. You know, you don't have to go into too much detail with it. Just keep it simple, you know. Maybe make them a little bit skinnier. Like that. And you can change that shape of that lip depending on what you kind of want to look like. If you make it like it really like a U, it kind of looks almost like he's whistling or something like that. So what do we got now? Put in a smaller Burr here. Yeah. Trying to keep an eye on all the comments as well. So we've got a nice little small Burr there. Let's put in those little details at the top of that mustache. Yeah. Turn on the Dremel. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We can start putting in the beard hairs as well. Oh, you bought that pair. That pack of T-shaped bears. I really like them. Yep. My favourite is the inverted cone bear. Yeah, that's good as well. Where can you buy that tool? You can get it get them off Amazon. If you go to I have got affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but they're just in the description of the video. If you're in America, they'll come to you a lot cheaper than I get them at because I've got to pay shipping costs to New Zealand. From Paris. G'day from Paris. Looking back at the Laura, I can't spell hate. Alright, okay. Hawke's Bay here, yeah. G'day mate, how you going? Hawke's Bay. Now Hawke's Bay is in New Zealand as well for all you other people. It's sort of like up in the top of the North Island. Well, not the top, the sort of the side in the middle. Beautiful weather there. Lots of vineyards and stuff like that. I used to go paragliding there off the top of Tomato Peak. It was good fun. Right. Okay. Yeah. Are you talking about that other one? That one there. Yeah, I think I did put that dangly bit at the back. I tried to anyway, right down there. Oh, I used to live in Queenstown. Yeah, that's another beautiful place. Right, okay, so I'm going to carry on with this. I'm only going to go for another few minutes, but I hope you're learning lots. It's always hard when you're kind of learning when you're starting out because you don't quite know where to start. You always get that question, what wood should I carve? Kind of just carve what's around you. See if you can carve it, and if it's working out, just keep on carving that. It's really hard to say what wood you should carve because the thing is that everyone has different woods around the world. I know a lot of people in America and Canada can get hold of cedar and basswood really easily. I can't. But we've got these, this is called red beech. It kind of grows around where I live. It's quite nice to carve. It holds detail really well. It's not a hard wood, but it's not soft. And the big one that I carved, that one's carved out of macrocarpa, which is quite a good carving wood if you live in New Zealand. It's got good properties for lasting outside as well. A lot of landscapers here use it. Oh yeah, Idaho Ranch Girl. So this is just a table with a vacuum cleaner attached to it. I have got a video on it. I think I've labelled it "This Table Sucks." So yeah, I just made it. It's a pretty budget model. I've just got my work shop vacuum cleaner kind of hooked up to it. Oh, pretty warm up here today. Yeah, it's a bit chilly down here in the South Island. It's for those people in other parts of the world, the South Island is actually colder than the North Island by quite a bit, and different kind of scenery down here as well. Some people would say it's better, but I just kind of think it's different because I at least live in the North Island as well, but moved down here about 20 years ago. Okay, we're just going in and putting some finishing touches. Well, not finishing touches, but sort of got the small Dremel wheel point burr on. One of my favourite burrs actually for details. Make that nose a little bit skinnier on that side. I think it's these sort of like small touches that you do do towards the end that really make a big difference, you know. Okay. We got one of the problems with these really small carvings, I'll just show you here, is it's hard to get a differentiation between sort of like the beard and the nose. And if I go too deep in with this one, it's going to make too much of a line in there. So what you can do is you can use that T-shaped burr, go for a smaller one, a T-shaped burr, and try and get under there and sort of form a defining line there. Might actually have to go a little bit bigger than that. With these small carvings, just go really, really slowly and just take your time. Listen to some music, that kind of thing. It's really about when you're first learning, these small carvings are a great way of trying to formulate a formula for yourself to be able to carve bigger carvings. Because on the bigger carvings, it tends to take a long time. Carve a bird, yeah. Sometimes when you put in a line, it kind of looks unnatural, so you have to kind of like mess it up a little bit. So you can sort of see that line kind of looks unnatural. Kind of looks like I've just gone and put a line in, which I have. So we try and make it look a little bit more natural by going in and roughing up a little bit. Yeah, it's called dust collection table. Yeah. Lots of people there's so many different ways of making them. Right, okay, so I'll go in from the top and I'll just like try and put that angle in on the nose. Your nostril kind of wants to come back a little bit. See, that looks a little bit more natural, apart from that side. yeah, so that's looking pretty cool. Yeah, we're not going for the finished one today. I'm just trying to get it sort of like show you sort of like little bits on it that will help you out. Trying to get that nose right, trying to get the eyes sort of right. Now we haven't done details in the eyes, but you can put details. We've got a lot of carving videos about that. And trying to get those mustache in, the lip in, like that kind of stuff. And just kind of addressing little problems as we go along by using different kinds of burrs. But you kind of get the idea. Yeah, just definitely leave me comments on what you're having problems with and all of that. I can go into trying to address those problems in other videos. But hey, thank you everybody for watching today. I think I'll call it a day. It's on 1 hour at the moment. And what else have we got? Okay, I just going back. Have the phone on the top. And okay, it's muddy in Idaho. Obviously getting a bit of rain. You guys going into summer now. Well, still in spring, I guess. And we're going into winter here. Right, okay, hey, thank you all for watching. And, oh, thanks, Mark. Yep, another good stream. I try and do a stream, live stream at the beginning of the week. You know, I know it's sort of like Sunday in a lot of countries and it's Monday here, so it's quite good for me to do it on a Monday. So thank you everybody for watching and we will see you in the next one. Okay, bye everybody.